Okay, so yesterday was a big self-care day, starting off with my first ever facial. Before we get into that though, I'm going to be releasing my next song very soon, so stay tuned for that. I might do a live stream. I don't know, vote in my community tab about that. And I've also got merch coming, and it might even get here earlier than I expected. We'll see. Not that heaps of you are into that, but I want my merch and I'm kind of excited. Am I excited for real? Or just like, I know I should be excited? I'm not sure. Anyway, I had my first facial yesterday. I don't know. The main thing that I noticed waking up today is like the under eye section, it's like less, I don't know, it's smoother, and it kind of weirds me out to see it that way because I didn't really pay attention before, but I can see there's a difference. And anytime I see some product make a difference right away, I'm like, holy shit, what the? The only other one that I've really seen a difference is when I did the lip stuff, which I still keep forgetting to tell you about. But, when I used a couple of lip products and the next morning I woke up and my lips were like there. I'm like, wow. Anyway, so yeah, facial. That's the main thing that I noticed that I wasn't expecting, and I'm like, okay. I've never worried about the under eye section because I do, heavy goth eyeshadow, which kind of makes it look like you have eye bags anyway, but in an intentional way. So I didn't really care about that. And now I'm a bit like, I hope when I do that sort of makeup, it still looks how I expect it to look. Because, yeah, that freaks me out that my face looks different. Not that I'm overly attached to my face, because when I look in the mirror, it's often not what I'm expecting, because I forget what I look like. But, that's different to the usual surprise I get. Anyway, no, why did I do the facial? I think I made a video a while back where I was trying the Dermalogica, what's it called? Daily microfoliant. I was trying this one. I made that video, right? And I think I might have talked about Milia and how I went to my GP asking about it, and she said, oh, it's not a medical thing, can't do anything about it. So that day, on a whim, I went to a beauty salon. Like, I just happened to be walking past, and I'm like, oh, I might as well go and ask them. And they said to exfoliate, but really the only way to get it all out is with extractions. Exfoliating takes a long time to see results, and I didn't see results in the 2 weeks that I was trying that stuff, although I have done a bit more since then. But yeah, I just was like, fuck it, I'll try it. I'll try the facial thing because I've never done it before in my entire life. I'm 36 and I just had my first facial as a very uninterested female. Anyway, so yeah, I went in mainly to get rid of the milia because it kind of looks like acne, but it doesn't feel like acne, but I can still feel it, and so I scratch it, and sometimes I get them out, but I know it's not the right way to do it, and it can make things worse, and, paranoia because I had such a battle with acne, and same thing with that, when you try and take them out yourself, you can just make things worse, and I thought, I don't want to screw up something like that by trying to do it myself. So I will go and see someone who is actually a pro at it, and I'm very lucky because I was talking to my mum about it later, and apparently she's gone places for a different skin concern she has, but looking for extractions of that, and most of the places she went to said, actually all the places she went to said they don't do extractions, so she was going to go all the way to Japan for it. So it's very lucky that I just happened to go past a salon that actually did extractions, and were able to help me, and they had like this chick who was like their top lady or whoever who does it, and like this is without having to go to a dermatologist, which would be super expensive. This beauty salon was actually quite affordable. So yeah, I got really lucky in that sense. And yeah, in the lead up, they said keep exfoliating because I guess that helps, so that there's less digging they have to do. So I am aware that most of my audience is male and is probably going, why am I even watching this chick talk about chick stuff? What the fuck? So I have to look at the website to remember what they actually did to me. But so first I went in, and I had to fill out my details on a thing. And then I went in and they had like these private rooms and they had little lockers. I'm so glad there was a little locker so I could just put my stuff in, take the key. But I had to, drop off all my stuff. I had to take off me hope necklace, take off my top. She also said take off your bra, but I don't wear a bra unless I absolutely have to, and even then it's a sport bra, so I just don't. I don't even have boobs anyway, so like, or barely anything resembling boobs. Unless you're that dude who looked at my original Schizoid video and I think I like raised my arms and he thought that was showing off my boobs, and I'm like, it says more about you than it does about me. What the fuck, man? Anyway, never mind. Yeah, so I had to take off top stuff, but I could leave my pants on, so yay. And then I had to put on this thing, but she explained to me to wear it like a topless dress, except I don't wear topless dresses, so of course I came out with it around my neck like a fucking idiot. Almost like a toga, except like with both my arms underneath it, and she's like, no. So I had to go back in and like put it under there and then Velcro it up, and then it fit much better as well. I'm like, okay, I'm an idiot. I don't know how to be a chick. But yeah, like I explained, I've never done any of this before. I have no idea what's going on, so if I'm doing something wrong, tell me. And they were good about that. And then, yeah, so I went in, had to take off my shoes, so I wore my slip-on shoes, which I need to stop doing because I've managed, walking my dog, he's so extroverted, we walk so much, wearing the slip-on shoes, I think that's what's given me plantar fasciitis, because I went from walking never because I was too depressed to walk, and now I'm walking like an hour a day at least. So anyway, slip-on shoes, I mean, when I was in Japan, it was fine. I was walking everywhere in Japan, and they were great because you have to take off your shoes so many places. But hey, we're in Australia, I should just do my fucking shoelaces, because those are my better shoes. Anyway, never mind. I took off my shoes, jumped up on the thing, and then she like wrapped my hair out of the way. And okay, so the things that happened, I'm lying down there. I can't see what's going on. At first, like, you know, we talked a bit, but as the thing went on, you know, I ended up closing my eyes because some of the stuff is like, and there's like this bright light as she's looking at my skin. But okay, so double cleanse, I think, is like when you do makeup. So there's like an oil cleanser, and then you need another cleanser to get the oil cleanser off, or like the last of it off. So yeah, but I don't know exactly what products she used, because they didn't tell me. Then skin analysis, so that would be where she, like, this really bright light, so I closed my eyes for that, and she was looking at my skin, and my skin is good, but she could see, like, evidence of sunburn on my nose. Specifically my nose. Anyway, so she said I need to have sun cream, which I haven't been doing because I stay home most of the time. Like, yes, I live in Australia where even the sun is out to kill us, but staying indoors, I thought I was fine. But of course, walking this dog who is super extroverted, and now he's doing adolescent training as well, which is also outdoors in the middle of the day. Yeah. I mean, probably most of the sun damage that I've ever had was when I was a kid, when I got really badly sunburned, and then I think that turned me into a vampire because I hate being sunburned, so just don't go out in the sun. But now I'm back out in the sun, so yeah, shit, that was the immediate sort of like, But otherwise, she said also my skin is fine, which I think means thin, like, you know, you can see through to my veins really easily, and that's the case on my arms too, like, it's pale and it's fine. But yeah, so that's all I remember. I don't know, there's not a lot to do with my skin. I mean, she did ask how old I was, and of course 36, I don't look 36, so at sometimes they treated me like I was really young, but then when I told her that, and she's like, oh, you know, as you go closer to 40, you need to look after blah, 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 and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't remember everything. Then there was this crazy steam stuff as well, and it was like really hot and a bit uncomfortable at the start, and like so much steam that I was like, am I able to breathe this? And yes, it was fine, I could breathe it, but that took some getting used to. But I think the steam is to open your pores, or I don't know, I'm just experiencing it, right? So there was a heap of steam going on through a lot of it. And then there was power exfoliation, which I think is sort of like this stuff, although I've now learned there's two types of exfoliation. One is physical, which I think is like the little speckly things that like actually feel like things on your skin, and then there's the chemical one, And this has chemical stuff in it as well. But I don't know what she used because, like, afterwards she's like, okay, so for 5 days after your facial, you're not allowed to do any exfoliating. And so now I've had to look up what products are exfoliating because so many of them are chemical these days. Now I have to be like, okay, what chemicals are in different things? What am I allowed to put on my face? Because I'm scared. What happens if I think you can damage your skin barrier, and I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad. Yeah, so power exfoliation. And then, okay, so all that was pretty chill, smelled nice. The steam was a bit much, but it was fine. I got used to it. Oh, also, when I lay down on the thing, there were like these heat packs, I think one under my legs and like one on my tummy, and that was kind of nice and kept me warm. I was a bit worried about getting cold, but no, it was actually nice, and there was like a blanket thing over me, and yeah, cool. But, so everything was kind of chill, and I think for your average person would be relaxing. Was I relaxed because I was like, what's going on? I don't know. But then we did the extractions, and this is the part where like they go for the milia, although she also did my blackheads. And I mean, so this chick, I don't know for sure because I didn't even pick up her name. I'm really bad at picking up people's names, and I forget to ask because do I care? But I feel like she was Russian or something from that part of the world, because like she was nice but very matter of fact. Like she wasn't, you know, the way of being nice, it wasn't like normal, like your average person in Australia is nice and kind of, like, you know, the way that I'm acting is kind of cheerful and pleasant, whereas she was a bit more like subdued, but, you know, still being nice, but culturally had that, I feel, different kind of thing, very matter of fact. And maybe that's why she's good at the extractions, because she's just like, just gonna get all the things. Not that she was still careful, but yeah, anyway, this is the tricky part, because yeah, it hurt. And she did check in with me, but she was also like not stopping if I didn't say stop. And I didn't say stop, I kind of just, it's like when you go to the dentist and they have to do some uncomfortable shit and you kind of just like get through it. But I think, you know, because it was painful, I did, like, you know, the corners of my eyes were getting like little tears in them, which was just like a reaction. Like I wasn't feeling anything like that, but it was just like, oh my goodness. So there were quite a few that she got out, and I think some, like, you know, I was trying to remember where these things were as she was doing it. You know, can I remember them being there? Although I guess she was getting blackheads out as well, so that's why there was more than I expected. But there was a big one on the side of my nose, and oh my god, getting that one out took a long time. And so that was actually brutal. And then, you know, I don't know, you may not be able to see on here, and also like it was more red yesterday, but there's still evidence of like where that's done. So there's like the tiny little scab. Yeah, you can see it there. There's like a little bit of a scab there from trying to get it all out, but it should heal up fine. And you know, it's all done with sterile stuff. I had my eyes closed because I don't need to see whatever she's poking at me. I don't want to see it. But yeah, wow, that was the hardest part of it and the least relaxing part of it. But that's what I went there for, was to get rid of these things. So I just had to get through it. And yeah, every now and then she'd check in with me. But I was just kind of quiet through it. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Just keep going and get it over with, basically. So yeah, that was brutal. If you want to get things like that done, holy shit. But hey, they're gone. They're actually gone. I was looking later and I'm like, yep, cool. Oh man. But yeah, my face did hurt a little bit afterwards. You know, when I was washing it later, I'm like, oh my god. Anyway, and then after that, concentrated serums. So I have no idea, but I think that might be when she put the stuff on under my eyes to like make them look weirdly smooth. I had to go back onto like my photos, especially like I just picked up Instagram because it's easy to find photos because it's so visual, and I had to find one without makeup, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, there actually, it was a line, like it sort of curved in, whereas now it's like flat. Freaky. Anyway, but yeah, like serums, I'm still learning about what the fuck serums are, but they're like specific treatments for different things, but I don't remember which things do what. And then some of the same stuff is in other products, like hyaluronic acid, that's in everything, but apparently the specific stuff is stronger, even though I've tried samples before and didn't think I noticed any difference. But maybe I did it wrong. I fucking don't know. Then treatment mask. It's spelled mask, MASQE, but I think it means mask, treatment mask. So yeah, there was something she put on my face, and then I just lay there for ages listening to their weird music. And I think she was still in the room, but just super quiet. I don't know. And then eventually she took that off. Oh, and I think before that there was the neck and shoulder massage. That was probably my favorite part because I've done massage before. I don't do it very often, but it's nice. Could have been a little bit stronger for me, but it was fine. I think because I'm so small, people are a little bit worried to go hard on me. But yeah, that was my favorite part because like the face stuff is a bit weird. I was a bit nervous going in because like letting some random touch my face in that way seemed like a weird idea, although they managed to make it not weird. But yeah, no, putting stuff on my face, it smells nice, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be feeling, whereas the massage, okay, yeah, I get it, that feels good. And then, yeah, she washed off the mask thing, and then she put some sun cream on, and, was really telling me that. And then afterwards, I got changed back into, my shirt, put this on, and, yeah, went out, and then there was some time to ask her some questions. And at this point, I thought they were going to sell me stuff because I think my godmother has gone to the same people and they've apparently done the hard sell trying to sell more products. But they actually wouldn't even tell me what products. Like I said, oh, so, I don't know anything about skincare. What should I put at the top of my wish list for like Christmas or whatever? And they said, oh, we'll put it in your file so like your mum can come and if she wants to buy something, it'll be in your file. But they wouldn't actually tell me. And I think this is where, like, I had told them I'm 36. It's on my file that I'm 36. But then because I look young, and, I did pretend not to have any money because I was worried about them selling me stuff. But then I probably overdid it. And so they think I'm a child again. And, yeah, so they didn't tell me actually what products. And I don't even know what products they would try and sell me or how much it would cost. So that was a bit odd. But, on the other hand, no pressure. It's just like, I would have liked to know. I'm curious. Because I also don't know what she put, but she did, yeah, write some things in my file based on looking at my skin, what ideas she had for my skin. So, yeah, that was that whole process there. So, I've already washed my face and done other things to it, but that, that was some full-on stuff. And professional whatevers. Cool. So that's my face now. And she said that people usually do it every month to every 2 months. I don't know if I'll go that often, because my concern was milia. And, you can't really prevent milia. Although she insisted that I mentioned having a lactose intolerance, and she said, oh, it's probably also dairy, so you should avoid cow's milk and move to oat milk, which was really hard for me to resist, saying that's nut juice, that's not real milk. But anyway, I have, of course, ignored that because I want milk at least in my tea. Maybe I should think about not drinking, a full glass of milk. But on the other hand, being a female and getting older, calcium is a real concern. Bone density is a concern. Mum's been helping me stay on the vitamin D. But, I need calcium. And isn't that what milk's for? And she said, I can have cheese, but isn't cheese dairy? I'm so confused. And I'm pretty sure it's just keratin and it just gets trapped in your skin and that's when it needs extracting. So is it really, I need to research this. Is it really dairy that's doing it to me or is that bullshit? Not that I have a huge amount of dairy, I'm sort of nutritionally, I probably should have more for that calcium, but whatever. Anyway, so she said that. But really, from what I've researched previously, you can't prevent milia. You can kind of, a little bit if you exfoliate consistently, but things will just get trapped further down. It's just a thing that happens when you get older. So, yeah, I'm thinking in terms of going back, I'll probably wait until I've got a few and make it worth my while to go and get a bunch of them taken out instead of going, on a religious schedule. Although the cost was actually pretty good. It's cheaper than therapy, but no, that's a bit silly of me to say. But, yeah, no, it was actually affordable, so I probably could if I really wanted to, but I don't really care that much. It is fascinating to see, that thing with my eyes, and I have no idea what else. I mean, when I went shopping afterwards, people and mentioned it, people were like, oh yeah, you know, you look so glowy, but I don't know if they're just being nice or if they actually see a difference. Anyway, so speaking of, because that lady who did my face didn't tell me what products, she just said, I made a list of the vague things that I need to do. What the fuck did I do with my phone? Oh, there it is. I made a list of, like, I asked her what are the main things that I should be doing, not the specific products. And, you know, she said, because I haven't done a whole lot of skincare, I should probably stay more basic, because my skin won't be used to a lot of stuff. So don't do a huge amount of stuff outside a professional context. But the biggest thing she said was sunscreen. And she didn't try to sell me a sunscreen. Sunscreen? Sun cream? What's the difference? She didn't try to sell me one, which I found interesting, because if that's the biggest thing, wouldn't you try to sell it to me? Anyway, but then also exfoliation, she said, because my skin is fine, I should use a chemical exfoliant rather than a physical one, so that it would be gentler on my skin. Not that I had any problem with the other one, but whatever. And then also an eye cream. Because apparently I've been doing it wrong. All this time with, like, moisturizer, I just put it everywhere. It's all skin, who cares? But now, apparently they're telling me that because this skin around here is more sensitive, you're not supposed to put moisturizer there. You're supposed to put a specific eye cream. Really? How many of you guys watch me just to learn about, like, normal people as I adventure into the world of normal people? Like, does this not blow your mind? That normal people are doing things to, or, like, at least the chicks are doing things to this level? Holy shit. I've always just done moisturizer wherever, and that's even when I could be bothered to do moisturizer. I only started doing even basic levels of skincare once I started doing the makeup, because I was worried about getting the acne again, because I had such a fight with that. Before that, like, I wouldn't wash my face most of the time, and I only started putting more moisturizer, like, maybe in winter, when things get dry, like, just sporadically. I did it in Japan, because Japan winter got really dry, but then coming back to Australia, I was like, why do I need it? Why touch my face? And, like, didn't even do that much Benzac, the pimple cream. Yeah, but, you know, I've gotten better at it since I started doing makeup and thinking, I'm gonna fuck up my face if I don't start cleaning it. But then, like, the level, I mean, I've gotten this far without using all that products and my skin's fine. I think just from staying indoors and mostly not having a facial expression except when I'm making YouTube videos. Yeah, so this stuff blows me away. But now seeing, like, that my eyes can change, okay, I get it. Like, probably normal people want that look instead of the look that I had before. And so that's why they're doing that stuff. But it just blows my mind that that's even a thing. And that's a thing that people focus on. Like, the other thing that people focus on that I don't understand is eyebrows. I have never looked at my eyebrows and thought, gee, I want to do something like with that. Like, what even would I do? I don't know. It makes me think of Seinfeld, where the dude got his eyebrows burned off, and then I think Elaine drew them back on, and everyone thought he was angry. Like, that's all I know about eyebrows. Anyway, so because she didn't sell me anything, I thought I should get a sun cream, especially because I will have to go to more of Triton's training things. Like, that is every week at the moment. And so if I'm going to be out in the sun, like, I did wear a hat, but I didn't put any sun cream on. I only put sun cream on my body because I had, like, a sample of that, but it's, like, body specific stuff, and I think it would maybe give you pimples if you put it on your face. Someone gave me that as a gift. Anyway, so yeah, I thought I better at least get a sun cream. But yeah, she didn't try and sell me one, and I didn't ask. So then I went to Mecca, but on my way, I also popped into Aesop, because that's one of the places Triton likes to go, because it smells good, and even the bag smells good. But so, you haven't even seen any of my unboxings, because I keep forgetting about them, but I got some hand wash as a freebie from Tragic Beautiful, and it's really nice. Like, I'm getting into different hand washes, because it's just, like, nice to smell stuff. If I have to fucking wash my hands all the time, it should at least smell nice. But I'm running low, and I don't want to buy anything until Black Friday because they always do a sale. And I also don't want $100 worth of hand wash They do have these little packages, but like I don't have enough of that to make a full cart. Whereas if I wait until Black Friday, there are a few things that I would chuck in as well if they're on a discount as well. So I thought, okay, in the meantime, I need hand wash, and this is not cheap stuff, but it smells really good, and yeah. So I have the hand cream. I was given the hand cream as a gift, but yeah, it's the same kind of smell. I can't. How do I? Anyway, I don't know. It's their bestseller one, and so I got the hand wash, and that'll last me ages. Look how big it is. Holy shit, 500 mils. It's half a liter. Anyway, no, I go in there all the time with Triton, and I guess sometimes I feel bad about not buying stuff that much. But she also, because I mentioned, you know, going and doing the facial, and it happened to be the chick that I like. You know, like, I mean, they're all nice, but this is probably my favorite chick at Aesop. And so she gave me all these samples for, like, to try skincare stuff. And I need to look them up because I can't even remember which one's which. But there's, like, BCCC Facial Balancing Gel, Fabulous Face Cleanser, Immaculate Facial Tonic, which I think is a toner, and I don't even know what toner is, Lucent Facial Concentrate, Purifying Facial Exfoliant Paste. Like, I'm gonna have to research the shit out of this. Like, between what the beauty salon chick was saying and, like, what Aesop have given me. Aesop, I don't even know how to pronounce stuff. That's a lot of stuff to learn about. Holy shit, there's so much more to all of this. Like, same with makeup. There's so much more to makeup than I realized. And there's so much more to all this skincare than I realized. Like, I thought just getting rid of acne was fine, and not having, like, you know, occasionally having dry spots on my skin, getting rid of that. I thought that was enough, but there's so much more that people do, and I don't know if it's just because, like, more has happened since I had acne, because that was a long time ago. Like, the very start of my YouTube channel I had acne, but that was ages ago. Did this stuff exist back then, or has, you know, technology and marketing and whatever come this far? I don't know. Anyway, so after that, then I went to Mecca, because I was $22 off level 3, and the way that I worked it out is I wanted a whole year of level 2, and then I wanted to upgrade just before, like, you know, you have to spend a certain amount in a year, and so, you know, just before the first time I went to Mecca, if I spent $22, then I would go up to level 3. And then once you go up a level, you get a whole year of random samples again. And the other thing is I timed it so perfectly that I got the level 2 Beauty Loop freebie upgraded with days, like, you know, I think there's only 3 or 4 days before I would have had to decide whether to upgrade or have to spend even more to go back up. So I upgraded just in time for that. And then today another Beauty Loop came out. But so what I got yesterday to upgrade to level 3 was this, you know, the Barefoot on the Dance Floor Optimist. It's like a fragrance mist. And they've had other ones before, but I wasn't that keen. I mean, there's a couple that were okay, but this one, for some reason, I like it more. Which I already put some, and I'm probably getting a bit... Oh no, that one. Yeah. Now, what's weird about this one, I'm probably imagining it, right? Because what does it say it has in it? It smells like a zesty hint of juicy citrus with a warm, rich amber base. Feels like 5 hours of dancing with your heels off, making new memories with your closest friends. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, it says, so the top notes, lemon zest and orange. Heart is white tea, lily of the valley, peony. And then base is amber, driftwood, and musk. I don't really know what a lot of that means, but somehow I got this weird hint. Very subtly, it reminds me of the Fireplace perfume, but it's way cheaper. It's like $32. Now, it's not a strong Fireplace smell. It's just like every now and then I get this weird feeling of the Fireplace thing. I'm like, okay, maybe that's something I can wear when I don't want to waste the full-on Fireplace thing. Now, for some of you who are interested in a fireplace type perfume, I wouldn't recommend buying one. Like, you can go into Mecca, spray a bit on you from the sample tester thing, and see what it's like on you, because it might just be my brain imagining things. But yeah, you know, when I first tried it, I could sort of get these weird whiffs, and I'm like, I was with my godmother who had been trying the fireplace one, so I thought I was just smelling her, but then when I went home, I could still smell it. And you know, the same thing on another day, I was getting that weird illusion. So I don't know, but it fascinated me, and it's like something that it is achieving what I wanted to do with the sensory therapy. You know, I made a video about sensory therapy as well. It is achieving a bit of that for me, because I'm like, what the fuck with that smell? So it sort of interrupts my thoughts for a moment as I go, is it really doing that? And then I think about that for a bit instead of going on a depression spiral. Like, even just smelling that, when you first spray it, there's a bit too much alcohol vibes. But even just smelling it like that, something about it reminds me of the fireplace. I don't know if like one of the ingredients is the same, and so maybe by association I think about that perfume, even though it doesn't actually smell like smoke. I don't know what it is, but I've been eyeing that for a while, and I thought it's the perfect amount to get me to level 3. But the other thing is, because the beauty salon person didn't sell me sun cream, I asked the lady at Mecca, and she gave me this one. We tried two, one on each hand, because I hate sun cream. It's so gross, especially like the last one I bought was when I was doing a lot of bonsai. Before we started working in the studio, we used to work out the back where it was really sunny, so I had to wear sun cream. And so I got a fragrance-free, very good one from the pharmacy. It's just like, it is kind of thick and sticky, and so I would come home and I would need to have a shower, and I hate showering. I'm too depressed to shower twice a week. You know, I mean, I'm doing better at the moment, but generally in life, once a week is as much as I can handle. So she helped me try a couple of things to find one that didn't feel as thick and gross. And I ended up going with this one because this one felt better than the other one. And this one has, I didn't buy it for this, but this one also has radiance boosting niacinamides. I think it's meant to make me, they say glowy, but I think, doesn't glowy just mean shiny? I don't know. Let me know if my face looks different to usual. I didn't turn on the big light because it was washing me out too much, and I wanted you to be able to see some of this shit. So I'm just using the little light, but I am lazy and use a lot of... So if the light is coming from this way, you know it's the same lighting. So if you can compare that to my other videos and let me know if it looks any different in terms of, am I looking shiny? I have no fucking idea. But I have seen a lot of good reviews about this as well. And it wasn't as, I think the other one probably would have cost more. I don't know. I will say it's not the cheapest sun cream. So I am lucky that I have a stable place to live so I can afford this shit. Although, having finance parents is probably how I ended up so useless, because I didn't get my emotional needs met as a child. But now I can at least have, try and work on meeting them myself and try these things. But, usually I wouldn't spend this much on a sun cream. I think it was like $50, and it's like 50 mils. So it's not cheap sun cream. The thing is, if I went to a pharmacy and bought another one of those big things of the, other stuff, like the Cancer Council one, I think that's the one that I got. And yeah, it's good stuff, but it's thick and it's gross, so I didn't want to wear it. And I think I ended up giving it to, the rest of my family to use, because once we went into the studio at Bonsai, I just never touched it again. So that's why I was like, okay, this does feel nicer. If I spend the extra money, maybe I'll actually use it. Whereas if I buy cheap sun cream and then just give it away, I'm not getting any value out of that, am I? I'm kind of just wasting my money, except for giving it to whoever. But for myself, if I'm trying to get myself into the habit of wearing sun cream again, it should be something I don't completely hate. Now, it did still feel a bit... also I think my moisturizer is too thick. That is a pharmacy one. So it's a very good one. Pharmacy stuff, I trust more because it feels more sciencey rather than makeup cosmetic-y. But it feels a bit thick, and so having this on top of it, I'm a bit like, I don't know that I like that feeling, but at least it's not as bad as sun cream, so I'm wearing it today. And I need to try and make myself wear it every day because we do go for a walk every morning. And, you know, you're supposed to put it on 20 minutes before you go out, at least, and then it's good for 2 hours, and so that's good for my morning walk. And then I'm not putting it on for the rest of the day. Maybe on days when he has training in the afternoon I will, but otherwise I'm just not. But at least I will do a little bit of sun cream, and I'm being good. I'm doing what the beauty lady said. Okay, but also while I was there, oh, and look at this holiday packaging. They package stuff real nice. I did take a photo. Look, this is it's different to last year's one. I think they get a different artist every year to make the packaging all funky and shiny. Like there's sparkly bits and whatever. Not that you guys care. But while I was there, when I was asking for help about the sun cream, I happened to get their skincare specialist. So I was also asking her, like, hey, I just had a facial, and I was told to look out for these products, these kinds of products. What do you recommend? And so she actually made me all these, I'm holding them the wrong way. She made me samples. She showed me some stuff, told me what they're about, and then like actually put them in these little sample pots. Sort of like when I first did my makeup lesson and the lady put concealer in a tub, and I actually haven't finished that tub. So, you know, I mean, probably skincare I would use more than makeup because I don't do my makeup that often. But, you know, like that's really cool that you can just go in there and ask for samples, and they do stuff. So if I remember correctly, there's this Dr. Dennis Gross cleanser, but it's a cleanser that has exfoliation chemical in it. I think it was AHA and BHA, which I need to look up because what the fuck does that even mean? And then there's also, I think the Good Genes was a lactic acid exfoliator from Sunday Riley. So 2 different exfoliating products, but this one has cleanser built in. So if I can't be bothered to do cleanser and exfoliation, maybe that's actually good for me because then I can skip steps. Like, especially when I get really badly depressed, doing all this stuff is kind of impossible. So if I want to get into a good routine, maybe eventually that's something I should look at. Like, I've got heaps of the CeraVe or CeraVe, I don't know how you pronounce it. I've got that as a cleanser as well. And so, like, good pharmacy stuff, trustworthy stuff. But if I'm being told to exfoliate and have to get separate exfoliating products, maybe I should just do it with a cleanser so that when I get depressed, I'll be able to keep the routine. Whereas if I make the routine too complicated and then I get depressed, I'm not going to be able to keep it up, which is no good. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'm doing better mentally. I don't know why, and I don't know how long it's going to last. Actually, I have theories on why. I don't know if I've talked about it. But yeah, I don't know how long it's going to last. So I have to be kind of careful about how much of this stuff I add to my life, because life maintenance is a lot. Anyway, and then also she gave me a vitamin C, which is also Sunday Riley. It's a serum. I took photos so I would remember. It's a serum. So I do I do cleanser, and then I do exfoliator, and then I do serums, and it's vitamin C, and I forget what vitamin C does. And then she also gave me, the Sunday Riley autocorrect eye cream, because, you know, I mentioned that as well. And so she said, try this. And she was explaining, yes, you are not supposed to put regular moisturizer there. You're supposed to put this eye cream. And she actually put some on to show me how, like she put some on herself to show me how you put it on. So that's really helpful. So those free samples, yay, stuff to play with. While I'm here though, like I actually am finding skincare kind of fun, because like in the lead up to the beauty salon thing, the facial, I did start playing with more of the stuff, especially like, you know, the level 2 thing, they gave me those things, and so I did play with it. But then when I was playing with it, I'm like, what else is in this thing? So I also used this, which is the moisturizer poreless skin cream from Korres. It's got salicylic acid. I used that, and I think the next day I was like, is that different? I thought I could see some differences, but I didn't. I should have taken like a photo or something so I could check, because I'm like, am I imagining it, or did that actually do something? Maybe it did. You know, sort of around here and some on my nose. I was like, did that actually do something? I'm not sure, maybe it did. It doesn't smell good though. Oh, not this one, that's the drunk elephant one. These are the ones that I played with. But then, yeah, also I did start playing with that one, the Glow Recipe. Sorry, I'm just going to read them out because it's not going to focus. Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Serum, and so I started putting that on. I don't know what it does, though. I was just like, so what's fun? Like, I don't even know if anything is doing anything. Oh, the other one I used is Ren. It's, what is it? Radiance Glycolactic Radiance Renewal Mask with AHA. So after I had my shower on Sunday, I put that on for like 10 minutes. And that one actually smelled nice. Not like the green stuff. The green stuff is a moisturizer, so this one you wash off, but it actually smelled kind of nice. Although some people described it as like rotting fruit. Mine didn't smell like that. The problem is, like, opening it I had to look up how to open it because it was fucking weird. I'm like, there's too many intelligence tests. And did it do anything? Maybe. Because I was like, afterwards, I was like, that might have done something, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm imagining stuff. And there's a few other things I haven't tried. Like, I haven't tried this little packet of Pro Collagen Marine Cream Anti-Wrinkle Hydrating Day Cream. Now, if I don't have that many wrinkles, will I even notice anything? That's the problem, because my skin is fine as far as I'm concerned, except for, like, minor things like milia. And I guess I'm noticing, like, you know, the smile lines a bit more, but it's not a big deal. So if I don't have that many issues, then when I use these products, I'm not going to see much difference, am I? Unless there's issues that I'm supposed to care about that I don't know about, like the eyes. Like, I never had an issue. I also haven't used these because... So these things that are in packets, they just feel more fiddly, because if I don't use it all at once, then I've got this weird half-open packet. Yeah, so I've been playing with some of that. And also, these are previous samples. So some is like from people buying me Aesop things. They've given me samples. And then also, I bought a friend some hand cream, and they put samples in their thing, but then also gave me samples. So they just like hand out samples like crazy. I don't know if they do that to everyone or if it's just because they like me, because I visit with my dog all the time and he performs for them. They've got treats, that's why he likes it. I also, like, a while back, I don't know if I showed you that, they gave me, like, this sample of the body balm. And, like, that is a sample that's huge! That's, like, the stuff that Mecca gives me. And they just gave me that for free. I didn't even buy anything that day. Holy shit. Anyway, with the face skincare stuff, I'm actually finding it fun to just put stuff on my face. Even if I don't know if it's doing anything, something about it is kind of fun. That freaks me out. I don't know why it's fun. It just is. So that's interesting. Some of it smells nice, so maybe that's part of it. And some of it might be like the feeling of doing a chemistry science experiment and a social experiment at the same time, because I'm trying to be like a real girl. And I'm trying to make sure I don't use things that clash. But I don't know what it is. There's just something fun about putting random shit on my face and be like, let's see if this does anything. So that's weird. I don't know if that's like some latent girliness coming through, but hey, watch this space, because I might ruin my skin yet. Also, so after that, I'll go on to I did go into another couple shops afterwards, but I'll get to that in a moment. This morning though, so I moved up to level 3 yesterday, and then today the thing came through on the app saying there's a new beauty loop to pick up. So I've now got two of these bags already. Oh my god, because I wasn't wearing a jumper today, so I didn't have anything to put that in. And so where is it? So this is the level 3. I don't know, maybe I should make a separate one and just like shill the algorithm. But yeah, so I got level 3. I chose the Sunday Riley one, which is the same as a lot of these samples, same brand. And because the other thing was a highlighter. I don't use highlighter. I don't understand highlighter, and it was just like one product, whereas this one you get 3. And so like they say, what are all the things to do? And so 2 of them are the same things that I got in those little tiny samples. So we've got the Good Genes lactic acid one, and we've got the autocorrect eye cream. So I'm going to use the little ones first, but then if I like them, I can open these up and use more. And then the other one, the last one, is Afterglow Vitamin C Cream, CEO Afterglow Brightening Vitamin C Cream. And I thought it was the same as this one, the Vitamin C, but this is actually a serum and this is a cream. And now I've had to look up what the fuck is the difference between a serum and a cream. But I think this is the concentrated one, and this is maybe more like a moisturizer, or I don't know, I can't even remember, I already forgot. But they say what steps in here. So first use the lactic acid treatment, then use the brightening cream, then use the autocorrect eye cream. Anyway, it's just like this weird coincidence that I finally start looking at skincare, upgrade to level 3, get my Sunday Riley mini samples made up, and then the level 3 comes out and it's that exact same stuff. Like, how weird. What a funny coincidence. And, you know, I just picked that up for free. I didn't have to spend any extra money. It's just because I leveled up and happened to be there with my dog, because we went to the vet to weigh him, and then as we were walking home, he didn't want to go home. He was so slow. He's like, I don't want to. I want to go to puppy school instead. I'm like, you're too old. You haven't been in months. What? But he sped up when he realized when I didn't turn home. And so I'm like, okay, we'll go to Mecca, pick up the thing. It just came out today, so I didn't really have to be that urgent. But yeah, he was. Anyway, so yeah, I picked that up. Weird coincidence, cool, playing with skincare stuff and maybe slowly starting to understand it. But yeah, yesterday after I finished up at Mecca, I was going to Chemist Warehouse, because you remember I got those big boots. They're ever so slightly big, and you know, with Killstar boots, having gel insoles makes a difference. So I eventually went to Chemist Warehouse and got some gel insoles. It was really hard to figure out like what's the difference between them. But anyway, I also went to the bookshop and let me pick up. I picked up a book. I didn't mean to buy a book, but you know, I was just checking it out because it's a new bookshop. Woo! It's a new bookshop. I'm not breaking anything. My God, guys. Yeah, and so I thought I'd have a look. It's really full on. And then I found this one, and you will see. You'll see why I picked this one up. Dreadful. Would it hurt to be a little more good? So, the blurb. It's bad enough waking up in a half-destroyed evil wizard's workshop with no eyebrows, no memories, and no idea how long you have before the dreadlord whomever shows up to murder you horribly and then turn your skull into a goblet or something. It's a lot worse when you realize that dreadlord whomever is you. Gav isn't really sure how he ended up with a castle full of goblins, or why he has a princess locked in a cell. All he can do is play along with his own evil plan in hopes of getting his memories back before he gets himself killed. But as he realizes that nothing, from the incredibly tasteless cloak adorned with flames to the princess, is quite what it seems, Gav must face up to all the things the dreadlord Gavrax has done, and he'll have to answer the hardest question of all: who does he want to be? How could I could not leave the bookshop without picking that up. Those of you who know me well enough, once I saw that, I'm like, I'm buying that. And then I got served by the only other goth girl in the area. She was not dressed heaps goth, but like, you know, even in normal mode, a lot of goth types have a particular way of dressing, and she had a lot of tattoos, and I'm like, oh, I really like your style, and we ended up talking about goth boots. Anyway, so yeah, yesterday was like this huge self-care day of getting my face done, going and buying nice smelling soap for my sensory therapy, and then learning about the skincare, and then getting the book, and then getting the things so that I can try, like, you know, start wearing these properly, or at least trying to get used to them, so eventually I can wear them on stage. Yeah, with a lot of the makeup and skincare stuff, like, my ultimate goal is to be able to do it for my band and, like, be able to take photos and be on stage and know what I'm doing without my face completely melting off, although that would be kind of metal if it did. Yeah, anyway. So there's a lot of stuff, like, you know, the eye puffy, whatever, you know, making it smooth. That was not one of my goals, but it's kind of interesting accidentally learning all this stuff. Anyway, never mind. To get back to the point, because this is a really long video, so well done if you're still watching. And you're smart if you did it in double speed. But, so all the places I went: beauty salon, Aesop, Mecca, bookshop, and even the Chemist Warehouse, because I've been to, like, there are some Chemist Warehouses where the aisles are even skinnier than they already are, and the staff are really grumpy, but this one, they're actually really nice. And, like, at each one of these places, everyone was really nice to me and treated me nicely. I mean, there was a few weird things at the beauty salon because they wouldn't tell me stuff, and kind of thought I was younger than I am, I guess. But otherwise, like, they were really helpful in explaining to me what I need to be doing. And then, yeah, Aesop people, really nice. Mecca people, she was so patient with me and me not understanding half the things she was saying and clarifying what that meant. Bookshop, talking to the goth chick. And then, yeah, Chemist Warehouse, I had questions about what gel insoles, and they actually tried to help, even though they don't know. And my use case is kind of niche because you don't usually put them in heels, especially gothic boot heels. Everyone was really nice to me. And what it made me think about is, to bring it back to something relevant to those of you watching me for mental health stuff, having people treat me nicely like that, I think is really good, because it sort of challenges my general misanthropy. Like, you know, if I actually come across people who are nice and treat me nicely, even though I don't dress like someone who has money, I don't dress like fancy, I just turn up in my pants and my shirt and, you know, no makeup on and whatever, and I look like a child, they still treated me really nicely and were really helpful and happy and cheerful and, you know, willing to give me the time. And I think that's probably more important than the stuff that I bought. Like, yeah, I gotta buy stuff to, but even sometimes I don't buy stuff. Like today when I picked up the Mecca, this one, you know, Triton wanted to go to Aesop. It's one of his favorite shops. So she actually gave me a couple more, the makeup remover stuff on top of the stuff that I've got previously. And I didn't buy anything today, and she was just really nice. Coming across those nice people, you know, whether I'm shopping or whether I'm just browsing, I think it's really good for me to be around people like that. It especially helps balance out the bullshit people like this. Oh my god, that chick popped up again asking me about my ex, and I already told her it's not the person she thinks. But she came up, popping up with that again. And, you know, no apology for the way that she treated me in the emails originally, where she was stuffing me around, talking about her privacy, but not even thinking, not even occurring to her that maybe I have some things that I would keep private and I'm not going to just gossip to some complete stranger. So, you know. Anyway, people who can balance out that bullshit, I think therapeutically, in terms of overcoming especially schizoid stuff and, you know, seeing people as nicer and, you know, worth talking to in whatever way, I think that's actually good for me. Because, yeah, like, yes, they do want to sell me stuff, but also, especially like Mecca and Aesop, they will just talk to me anyway, even when they're not selling me stuff. And like, you know, the goth chick as well, I mean, there wasn't a queue, but happy to talk to me. And the Chemist Warehouse, happy to try and help me, even though they have no idea. Like, they really actually tried. And even when I first went in, one of the ladies was like, oh, do you need any help? Whereas the other Chemist Warehouse, they don't say that. They were so grumpy. But these ones, they're also cheerful. Like, I think being around that is actually good for me to just restore a little faith in humanity, even if it's small, just to balance out the bullshit. So, like, mostly humanity sucks, but every now and then there's people, and I just happened to come across every single person that day was really nice. And I think that's really good for me. I just got to find less expensive ways. I mean, okay, walking Triton is helping a lot as well. But yeah, just like, are there other situations that I can find more of that? Or, you know, maybe I am finding, like, as Triton has made me leave the house more, I am having better interactions with people. And I think it is helping. And, you know, maybe that's part of, I was going to talk about EMDR, I'll do that another day, but, you know, maybe coming across more people who don't suck is helping me and, you know, helping with my mental health. Anyway, I'll just leave it on that because this is a long fucking video. But I had a facial and it actually did stuff. And I have a new song coming out and some new merch, and we might live stream. I'm waiting for a few more confirmation on certain plans, but I think I'll be able to live stream. Also, maybe let me know what time Sydney time. Because, yeah, anyway, yeah, so stuff's happening, and I'm being productive as well. How weird, you know, I've been so depressed over the last few years, but then now I'm functioning better, but only in specific areas. There's still areas where I don't function, and sometimes I'm so exhausted from doing all this stuff that I have to have a nap, or I cannot focus, so you guys don't see that. But yeah, life's weird.